resources to help assist your child through this learning how to read process. Now, I have spent a lot of time teaching my kids to read. I am a homeschool mom. I am a former public and private school teacher, and now I'm on actually my 4th child teaching them how to read. Now, she does, this one specifically has Down syndrome, and that just basically means that we're spending more time in this whole reading journey. But all of these resources that I'm going to share with you will help any child through their reading journey. So if there's one that you like in particular, I have left links down in the description box below so you can check them out, but I have 8 of them here to share with you guys. Let's get started with this resource from Lakeshore Learning right here. There's actually a set of these, and I have all of them. I also have this one as well. Basically what comes in here is there is obviously this packet. You open it up and you have a different things that you can do. The first one, of course, is these letters right here. Comes in a cute plastic bag. Yay fun. It's fun to teach them how to open bags, but it also keeps things organized, which is nice. Here you go. You take them apart, you put them together. H, heart. They can match the shape, and that's done on purpose to kind of give them a little clue in and some confidence when they're getting it right. But it also teaches them that the H says heart. They do this over and over again. It practices their vowel sounds and consonant sounds, and it's good repetition. Then it comes with a set of words that you can build. So this one is hug. For example, on the back it does say hug, but you can build it with these little letters. You can help them out, you can give them options, you can put the 3 letters scrambled up and have them put correctly in the spots. There's lots of different things that you can do with this. So the third one is actually the sight words. And sight words are important when you're learning how to read because it gives you confidence. And what's nice about these sight words is that they are bumpy, so they can actually feel them. My daughter points to them and says the sound of each letter as she reads it. So they can do that with these words, and they usually come with a few different sight words. Then there's the book where they put it all together, and in this case, it's my dog. Very, very simple. Simple reading, as you can see on the back. It tells you the letter sounds that you're using, the simple words, the sight words, and there you go. The next resource that I have is not a Lakeshore Learning resource, but I will have some more later on. But this is snap words, and there are tons of these sets. Now we have all of them, but we've only been working through the first 2 with her. But what I love about these is they have pictures that go with the words. This is a great way to learn your sight words, to build the confidence there. And after you learn the sight word, you can actually work through the sounds, the phonics, along with being able to read it. There's lots of things you can do. You can lay 3 out on a table and say, you know, which one says dog. You can also flip it over because on the back it has the actual word without the pictures, but it also gives you instructions on what to teach. So for example, this says he, and it says there's a motion, point to an imaginary boy, make a slingshot motion, and say he has a slingshot. So you're connecting those pictures with the word. It's doing some hemisphere crossing here with the words and the letters, so it's giving more of a whole brain approach. There's a set for preschool, then it just kind of gradually grows with the kid. She likes to go through them on her own, my youngest daughter right now. But they're called snap words. There'll be a link in the description box below, of course. Now this resource is also a curriculum, but we don't use the curriculum. The curriculum's great, don't get me wrong, but I actually really like these books, which is from Logic of English. The first one that you would get is called Doodling Dragons, and it goes through all the ABC sounds. And so this obviously is teaching phonics, but it comes with music, it comes with song downloads, and they can learn the songs with the fun sayings. What's also nice about it, it doesn't just give you one sound. Like for example, the I has different sounds, and it's going to teach you all of them in song form. The next level, of course, there's a whistling whales and their knitting nights Of course, these are going to be more of the blends, more of, here for example, there's AE, those are the sounds that this combination makes. So it's really good for more advanced phonics, these. But the Doodling Dragons is amazing. I love doing it, especially when we need to review her phonics. Because, when you have a child with unique learners, they need repetition, like a lot of repetition. And this is just a great tool that we use to help with the repetition and keeping it fresh in her mind. Okay, this is a Lakeshore Learning resource, and this is Touch and Read Sight Word Sentence Matching. And this, Lakeshore Learning always has really fun things with the touch and feel and the incorporating all the different senses. So each one of these actually comes in a pack that looks kind of like this. There's different levels. So this is level 1. It's going to tell you the sight words that it's going to work on. By the way, this, once again, I just want to share, this is specific to the sight words. And you have a sentence. They read through it, they point to each word, they say the word, and then there's some cards. You find the one that matches the sentence, the context. So it's actually teaching reading comprehension as well. Whenever you're doing any of these, it's always good to find a resource that is going to incorporate more than just one thing, right? You want something to incorporate comprehension, you want to do phonics, you want to do sight words, you want to do memorization. There's lots of, you want to do matching and answering questions and even spelling. Like unscrambling those letters is actually teaching them some spelling skills. So games, let me get into the game department, because games are such a fun way to teach your kids how to read. And one of the, I guess this is kind of a game. There's 2 of them. There's Pop for Sight Words 1 and Pop for Sight Words 2, and it's so simple. You reach in, you pull one out, and if you can read the word that's on the popcorn, then you get to keep it. So she reads us, she gets to keep it. Somebody else picks one out, they read it, they get to keep it. And you keep going to see who has the most. And it's cool because it's like a little popcorn thing. It's such a simple concept, but it can be done in such a fun way that it's fun, and they'll want to play it, and it's like flashcards, but not really. She actually likes to, I'll be honest, she'll take this thing and like dump it out on the table and find all the words that she actually knows, pulls them out and reads them, and then of course we'll all try to get in there and like get her to add a new word to her reading vocabulary skills. So that's what we do with this. Another fun game is this Scrabble Jr, which we've had forever. Our board is broken, we probably need a new one, but it has 2 sides. They have the advanced side and the beginning side. This is proof that we've played it. It looks like this. And basically, we get 7 letters, and we have to pick 2 of our letters to add to the words on here, and you keep track of your points, and whoever wins. The back is going to be more advanced, where you're actually spelling the words out, but this is great. Spelling is a great way to teach your kids how to read, and this is fun. And my kid knows how to read certain words like tomato because of this game. This is another Lakeshore Learning. This is sight word matching, and this is actually vocabulary matching that we do. This is both Lakeshore Learning, but anytime you can find any word matching games. This vocabulary one is done with opposites. And that's great because you got big, small, hot, cold, sad, happy, any of the opposites that you're matching. Any matching games with words is so good. Puzzles. I don't have any to show you right now because they're hard to get out, but puzzles, and there's so many too out there. Any kind of puzzles that you can find with letters, whether you have, you gotta find each letter to stick in the wood. I'll leave it, there's a really good one. I'm gonna leave that in the description box, but basically it's wood, and you've got the actual letters that you can plug in that match the shape of the letter. You just plug it in to each little, like they'll have dog and you do the D-O-G, but it's the shape of the letter. It's really good. This is a Learning to Read Phonics flashcard. This one I use very differently. I don't just use it as an actual flashcard, but we'll be learning these words and I'll write sentences out for her, but learning the words with the and, like the rhyming words that have similar endings, that's really good for them. Even building with Legos, you can do that as well. It's actually really good to color code too. So for example, if you had it written out where the A and the N in permanent marker here, and let's say you had like different ones to choose from, like a P, an M, and an F, and you can just clip it on and read the word, take it off, try another one, and read the word. That is actually a homemade resource that you can do. Like Legos, big ones or little ones, both work. Of course, my number one resource for helping your child learn how to read is filling your household with books. Whether they're advanced or beginner or intermediate, it doesn't really matter. Just fill your household with books. I mean, for her, one of the things we have here, this is from Usborne or Paper Pie. There's a ton of these. These are rhyming books. Seal at the Wheel, Giraffe in the Bath, Bug in a Rug, which this is a family favorite. Of course, we have the ever popular Bob Books. Don't discredit Bob Books. They were one of the first ones out there for parents, but the way that it was actually written and the order that it was written is actually very good. It's simple, and actually a lot of kids like simple, believe it or not. This is from A Reason for Reading, and these are Christian-based books. You know, a lot of them, I don't like all of them, but I love many, many of these, and we read them over and over and over again. Of course, Dr. Seuss, you can't throw Dr. Seuss out because he's just, it's so good, especially teaching kids how to decode words. Of course, any of these DK readers that you can find, those are very great. This is another one, the Stepping into Reading from Random House. These are also good to have around the house. But at the same time, don't leave out books that are more difficult for them. Books that you have to sit down and read to them. Books that rhyme, that are sing-songy, that are colorful, that are bright and silly. Even the older kids like doing those kind of books. Of course, you know, those of us that are faith-based, get some really good Bible story books. There's so many out there, you know, honestly, like, pictures do matter. So check out the pictures, make sure, you know, your kids are going to enjoy the pictures and that they're not too distracting. But at the same time, they can see the words as you're reading, point to the words as you're reading, have them point with you, maybe pick out a couple words that are repeated over and over again and have them say them every single time you get to that word. That's another thing that you could do really with any book. So be creative with your reading. Of course, I always stress getting a curriculum. Curriculums are definitely a go-to that's going to help guide you through teaching them how to read if they are homeschooled. If they're not homeschooled, these are great supplements to have in your house for them to just pull off the shelf whenever to help facilitate that love of learning, that love for reading. If you like this video, please give me a like down below so the algorithm will love it and send it out to more families that need help with reading resources for their children. And if you like this video and you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would love you to join this family. So feel free to subscribe, and as always, here's a video that you may enjoy about reading, and I will see you in my next one. All right, bye.